What's happening, gamers? Welcome back to another Power Rangers arcade mode.
Woo!
And we are still on the PS4, and we're playing as Goldar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope. Not gonna be ugly Goldar. But I'm gonna stick with Ranger Slayer, and I need some help because last time playing with Traken was just not helping out too well. So I'm gonna bring in Evil Jason.
They're bringing the big guns.
Yeah, there we go. Yep. And Goldar. Goldar's actually what's cool about playing with Megazord version of Goldar is Enway has made that Zord faster and you know, more powerful because the Rangers are supposed to be at a disadvantage when they fight these monsters. That's why when they overcome them, it's more interesting. So the monster Goldar, he is faster and he is stronger. And the Rangers, you know, eventually they can beat him, but if you play online with people, you see so many people using Goldars in matches.
Am I allowed to say it? Stronger than before.
That would be Zeo.
Yeah.
Although Gold Ranger's coming. Probably not until Season Pass 1, but if you guys saw the Power Ranger news that we posted, we just finished recording an episode of the arcade, and lo and behold, Enway announced 3 characters coming. And it's just kind of like, Nani?
It's like, what? I know, Luke was about to go to sleep for the night.
Yeah, I was.
He was gonna have some of that sweet, sweet pillow action.
I could use sweet pillow action. Alright, I love that throw. Oh, let me do it again.
It's like this, the head, it meets the pillow, and you like lay down and it's like, ah. That's nice.
You really say, ah.
You say, ah, and then you go to sleep. I don't want to know. For you, you're quiet when you sleep. For me, I don't want to talk about what happens when I'm sleeping. We're not gonna go into this.
So, anyway, the 3 characters, believe it or not, people are kind of upset about the 3 characters. I was like, yeah, there's a lot of people complaining about, oh, I don't like the Blue Ranger, yet the biggest complaint when the game released, okay, you have all the Ranger colors represented, but there's no Blue Ranger. So then a Blue Ranger comes into the game, and people are like, yeah, why that Blue Ranger? It's just like, oh my gosh.
It was cool. That was the movie Blue Ranger, right?
It's not just the movie Blue Ranger, it's, you know how Zordon was a Red Ranger in that movie universe?
Yeah.
So that is his Blue Ranger. That was his Ranger teammate who gets destroyed by Rita Ranger, or Green Rita Ranger.
Oh.
Because remember, in that universe, Rita was originally the Green Ranger. That's why she had those powers. So.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing is they have to save some of the good, you know, ones that everyone wants to see for the end, but, like, people wanted to see some more characters, and, you know, I feel like, you know, Enway, they were holding off a lot of characters for later, and all these fans kept, you know, kind of, like, saying, like, oh, man, there's not enough people. Then they added a few people, like, okay, here's a few people you can see right now, and then people aren't happy, so I feel like we should be happy with what we have for now, because they're going to be adding so many more later. Like,
yeah, Amber and I have been, I was a game journalist from 04 until about 2014, and then I'm semi-retired, but we have our own publication, K-Wing Reviews LLC, and we're considered small gaming media, which we're fine with. I mean, it's just me and Amber, we have a PR representative, and we have a license manager, so it's like a team of 4 people. We go to conventions, we get invited to press things. We're pretty happy with that, but I can tell you from experience that there are very few game developers that make console games that have a respect for the fan base and actually listen to some of the things that you guys, you know, want done or you have concerns about the game. There aren't a lot of developers that do that. So, I mean, I have a lot of respect for Enway. I understand that they're still, like, new to the console scene, and they're kind of behaving like indie developers right now, but, you know, it's so cool that they actually take the time to talk to people, and Hasbro especially, they are a company that only deals with big media. Like, anything about their games. They will only talk to IGN, GameStop, or, you know, GameSpot, occasionally Kotaku. But, like, they don't really deal with YouTubers or small media. They never really have. So the fact that Enway still does that when that's not really a Hasbro thing is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and we mean, like, acting like indie developers in a really nice way, because they're going out of their way to listen to fans and try to interact with people and stuff.
Well, they believe that Ranger Nation is made up by fans and things like that. So, I mean, not that we've had, like, issues dealing with Hasbro, it's just the communication is very different. Like when we looked at many Transformers projects and things like that. Because Hasbro was actually going to send us to London for a look at a Power Ranger, not mobile game, or, sorry, a Transformers mobile game. Or Transformers PC game. My gosh, mobile wasn't that big back then.
Oh, yeah.
This is what I get for not sleeping.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was
a great game.
It was a great game.
I really enjoyed playing that game, and I liked playing it online with
Transformers
people.
Universe.
That was a fantastic game.
Yeah. So I mean, we've dealt with Hasbro in the past, but usually just for like G.I. Joe and Transformers and a couple other properties.
I didn't really get into a lot of online, like,
no, you were games, scary in that game,
I
though.
was getting pretty... I liked being the sniper in that. That was fun.
You did.
I really wish that game would have taken off. It's really sad to see a game that, you know, is so well made that just because the funding isn't there or whatever, it doesn't go through. I feel so sad about it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, wait, this could have taken off, and I don't know, I just feel it makes me upset. That's why I feel like people have to support things like this. Like, you know, Enway's been working so hard, you know, behind the scenes in so many ways to make sure that not only they make a great game, but also that they make sure they have, you know, they announce things at the right time and have the funding and stuff. And that's why, like, I don't know, I just feel like people need to realize that Enway is working tremendously hard, and they're doing, you know, things they don't even have to do to go out of their way for the fans, so.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if most companies, like, if they were doing a Power Ranger game, they'd be like, okay, what we're gonna do to represent a lot of different Rangers, we'll just skin them. And the skins would be kind of, like, not that good.
That's the thing is, we've seen Power Ranger games before.
We've covered most of them.
We've covered so many Power Ranger games. And then when we saw this game, it's different than any other Power Ranger game. It has the moves that are the same as the moves in the show.
A lot of them are, yeah.
It has personalities and, like, little quirks about different actors and different characters that you would only know if you actually watch the show. It has, when Jason has the, you know, Dragon Shield, he has 2 holsters. I mean, who in the world would pay that much attention to actually get that right?
Not the people that, not Bandai.
When, I know, right? And when the thing with me was, like, you know, when we were playing the Legacy Wars thing, and we had, which I really would, it would be so hard to get Zach, Hip Hop Keto Zach in this game, because you couldn't skin him with anyone else, because nobody else does Hip Hop Keto. But the fact that they had Hip Hop Keto Zach in Legacy Wars, it was like, oh my gosh, like, they never, like, whenever we played as the Black Ranger, we would always be like, okay, this is Adam or Zach, but he has no Hip Hop Keto, so it's kind of Adam or Zach. But it was, like, so frustrating, because it was like, we had to pretend he was Hip Hop Ketoing. I would think I would move my character around and act weird, like, I'm doing Hip Hop Keto.
Yeah, I remember.
And then, like, he was actually doing the Hip Hop Keto. I was like, what? And, yeah, so it's just, like, this is like no other Power Ranger game that's ever been made. Like, both the Legacy Wars and this one. So.
Oh, Battle for the Grid is amazing.
This is like
there are
like the next
very
level.
few games that I get as excited. Like, I still want a beat 'em up game. Like, I would love Hasbro to.
Oh.
Because Hasbro has made some very decent, like, beat 'em up games as well in the past.
I would be
either Transformers or Power Rangers. I would be down for that.
If they had a game like that looked like this, was like a beat-up game where you, like, scroll sideways and you have to beat a bunch of people up like buddies.
Oh my gosh, that never gets old.
That would be cool. I I love beat 'em up games. I think they're my favorite genre. You've gotten me into fighting games because I don't know. Even
I'm being so cheap and I don't care. See how fast that comes out though? Oh, we're done. Okay.
oh you and oh wow.
It's just the punch just comes out there. Raw boom. Raw boom.
I mean, Luke and I enjoy fighting games because we're a husband and wife that loves to beat each other up.
Yeah,
in the game.
In the game, right? There's no domestic violence here. What? No.
You know, it's so nice that we get to actually beat each other to a pulp. It's fun. It's great.
Oh, it's how we settle who's going to do the dishes and all that kind of stuff.
We should just end. I should have just ended there with a longer pause. That I should have.
Yeah, but thank your lucky stars for a developer that listens to you guys and also listens to us when we talk about, you know, because they don't have to really take the time to speak with us. They've got things to do, and you know, we've developed this relationship over the past 3.5 years now, and it's just really cool.
Well, and they're not just listening to us, but we're telling them, you know, hey, this is what people in our comments are saying. This is what people on Twitter are saying. You know, like, you know, these are
Ranger
some,
board,
these
Ranger
are some
forum,
things, and forums that we've looked at. They're saying this and that, and you know, like I was even, I remember, you know, I can't remember what we were talking about, but I think it was like, okay. Luke and I were talking about things that we wanted to see in the game, and then in the comments section of our video, you know, our viewers would be like, well, here's what I want to see, and then we would kind of explain that, like, here's a bunch of stuff that the people watching us want to see. So that's what I like, is I feel like Luke and I kind of get to be like, usually with most game companies, you know, we'll say something or we'll try to get heard by a company, but they don't really listen that much. Like, they don't have time. But I cannot believe that, you know, Enway is actually taking the time to actually even listen. Like, hey, here's what our fans really would love to see in the game. Oh, okay, thanks so much for letting us know, Luke and Amber. Like, we'll see if there's anything possible that can happen from this. Like, wow, I've never like heard that response. It's usually like, you know.
Yeah, I was just remembering like talking to Warner Brothers about like Nightwing stuff in a game, and they're just kind of like, well, we have all these characters that are going to be in the game. Aren't you excited for those? It's like,
yes, but I'm trying to give you my input here. Like, I know, that's usually the response you get, like, well, we're doing this, so be excited about what we're doing.
We need you to be hyped for this. It's like, okay.
Like, but wouldn't I want to be hyped for something I actually want to be?
Hey, look, we're going to put together a Lego Marvel collection, even though it's the anniversary of Lego Batman. How do you feel about that?
No.
No comment? So do you want to look at the game? No.
Wait, that's really happening?
That really happened. Yeah, it already came out. The collection's been out.
Oh.
I didn't want to look at it again. You know, if you look at games that you've already covered, like, you can damage the videos you've already released, and...
What?
Yeah, you can dethrone yourself from the search engine. YouTube will count it as spam.
Oh my gosh, have we been doing that?
Well, I mean, they started doing that now. I mean, in the past.
Yeah, because we've covered several of the games, like...
Over and over, yeah, I know.
I don't remember how many times we played Lego Batman 3.
Lego Batman 2? 4 times.
Oh.
Plus the 3DS version.
What color skin would you want to see on Goldar?
King Sphinx. King Sphinx was a monster that fought Jason. And he had wings, just like Goldar. So, I mean, Goldar doesn't really have signature moves, so, I mean, you could easily swap him out for, like, King Sphinx, or, oh my goodness, who else? I want to say, no, a Tengu wouldn't work. But, I mean, Goldar, I'm so glad that he's the first, like, real big, like, villain that was put in the game. For villains, I would really like to have Lord Zed.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Lord Zed was, like, one of the most popular Power Ranger villains of all time.
Yeah, and that, I mean, he didn't even come until later or whatever, like...
If I had a choice, it would be Lord Zed, movie Rita. I would go with Astronema.
No, I said reader. Yeah.
Yeah.
Astronema. Yay, that would be cool.
Oh, we lost Goldar.
Movie Rita. Wow. Yeah, I think she held her own in that movie.
Well, she was a Power Ranger too, which is.
Oh yeah.
That was such a unique take on that. I really applaud Lionsgate for that because I didn't even think about that. You know, it.
Yeah, it's like, what is her motivation? Why does she hate the Power Rangers so much?
Because she was scorned by Zordon. Like,
yeah, and she actually liked him, or
that's what the theory
or
is.
they had a thing maybe, and he broke up with her, or something like.
Something. Like she tried.
Obviously that's why there is no fury like a woman scorned. That is true.
That's why women are scary.
We have very strong emotions. It's hard to deal with.
Boop, boop.
Our emotions are so strong. If you cross us, we lose control of our emotions. What?
Nothing. I love the punching. It's so great. Boom! Hey, Tommy, catch. Oh, I didn't get to do it anymore.
So you would want a skin of
what?
Jason as Yellow Ranger.
Yeah. Yep. Because he did do the Yellow Ranger. And also because the Red Dino Thunder Ranger was also a Tyrannosaurus. You just give, oh, I forgot the kid's name. It was so long ago. But you give him his Brachio staff. Or wait. Tyranno staff or whatever, and you could reskin Jason because they're both Tyrannosaurus. They're just, you know, different era Tyrannosauruses. So that thing where Jason has that like Tyrannosaurus come out and attack you, all the moves would work for the Red Ranger. I forgot his name. I'm so bad at that. What is this trickery? A putty clone? No. A new, vastly improved Goldar.
You guys look the same.
Well, we'll see about that.
You guys are exactly the same. Well, never mind. He's red.
He's also a really cool Super Sentai skin of Goldar, because he came back in the Super Sentai world. He wasn't totally destroyed by the Sentai Rangers of his era.
I don't want to mention movie Goldar, but yeah, that would be cool to Sentai.
No, I don't want movie Goldar. Movie Goldar was terrible.
I didn't understand that at all, except for I finally got to know about the line "Make my monster grow" because they put that line in there. Apparently, that was an original line, and I must have missed that the whole time. I never remember. You weren't
like super into that movie. I was trying to, but I didn't. It was okay.
Well, I have to say, I thought the Blue Ranger did do a really good job, and Rita and Jason I thought was really good in that. So. So yeah, I don't know. The Black Ranger was okay. It was pretty
Ludi Lin.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, I missed the juice bar and Trini and everyone. It was like, I was just like watching that movie. I was like, this isn't the same. But I feel like there was a lot of good things that happened with it. Like the Blue Ranger was really good, like I said, and I felt like Jason was really good, like his character development and stuff. And so my favorites were Red Ranger and Blue Ranger in that. And third favorite, probably Black Ranger. And then, yeah, and then Rita, I thought, did a fantastic job, too.
Yeah, I didn't
Although her costume was a little weird, but it was kind of interesting.
I wasn't a fan of the Zords in that movie either. They looked terrible.
That was my main problem with it, was I wanted them all to be in the same, like, little area, like a little booth. Like,
yeah, they did the Voltron thing, which I was like, no.
They were in these little bubbles, and it was like...
in their own separate space,
I was just like, no. I think that was the main thing that bothered me about it.
Yeah, Power Rangers and Voltron are supposed to be separate. They're not supposed to be the same. It doesn't work.
Well, I also am not a fan of things looking super like all these wires and pieces and like super futuristic. I like old school Zord, old school robots, old school Transformers. I don't like Michael Bay type things with all this weird wires and everything everywhere. I felt like it looked too alien for me. I wanted it to look like a cool Japanese robot, and it didn't, so that bothered me. That was what I didn't like about it.
Uh-oh! Jason, watch out! I mean, Putty Jason.
But I'm from the, you know, like when I see like something that looks like, you know, original Transformer or a Gundam or Megazord, I think that is the coolest thing ever. But in today's era, I guess people think the more wires and weird goop, the better. I don't understand.
Oh no! Oh no! Uh-oh, Jason. Yes, thank you! That was way too close.
Good job!
That was way too close. That could have been really bad. Whew.
Wait, do they have Bulk and Skull in the new movie, or no?
No, Bulk and Skull weren't in the new movie.
Oh.
You cannot improve on my magnificence. If you say so, Goldar. Oh, Goldar voice hurts my throat.
Well, of course you can't improve on it. I mean, look at that handsome face. That handsome double.
Yep. He's a very happy guy.
The kind of guy you want to take home to mama.
Who are you gonna fight? Ranger Slayer, okay. Alright. I can kind of see that, I guess. But Ranger Slayer wouldn't be teamed up with the Sentry guy because... Ow. Ow.
Yeah, I don't know. See, that's the thing, like, once they add more characters, then maybe they can actually make more tailored, arcade things.
I would love to see Ranger, Sentry, like, red for Jason, and just give him, like, a, because he has, like, basically has, like, a Darth Maul staff, but, I mean, give him all the same moves as Jason, because he has the Red Ranger powers, so, I mean, I don't know. I don't think that you could give a Red Ranger skin for Time Force for Jason because they have completely different moves. But I really think that you can get away with Red Dino Thunder being a Jason skin. And you could probably get away with, I'm trying to think who else. No, I don't even think Quantum Ranger would be a good skin for that. I was just, even though he has a T-Rex.
But you have to bear in mind that Jason has really powerful moves and he's a heavy hitter.
Yeah.
So anyone you skin as him is gonna be really powerful like that. Which, I don't know, I almost feel like not that many people deserve to be that powerful. That's how I feel about this. So it's like, oh, you skin him as anyone. It's like, oh, then anyone. If everyone is as powerful as Jason, then no one will, I don't know.
The great thing about having a game that is, you know, more cost-effective and things like that, they can continue to support the game for some time. As long as people, you know, enjoy the game and they like the content and the characters that come for it, they can keep adding to it. And then you could easily have a game that started as $20 and it has, like, 30 fighters or something like that. And some of your favorite characters. And what's so great about the fact that this is on the Switch is you will have this game longer than you will keep it on your PS4 or your Xbox One. Like, this is a game that will always stay on your Switch.
Yeah.
The only thing that I want is, it would have been great to get a physical release of this so I could literally have this in my collection. Like, I would display it.
Really nice on a shelf.
Well, the box art is so cool. Like, the artists that they got to work on this game.
Well, think about this.
Wicked cool.
You have Power Rangers paraphernalia everywhere. You have
everywhere.
Well, you have Power Rangers collecting things everywhere. All right, not everywhere, but you have a fair amount of Power Rangers merchandise, and you have a fair amount of gaming merchandise.
Uh-oh.
This game just ties it into, yeah. I mean, there are other Power Rangers games, yes, but like the one with I Hear Birds.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, come on. Here's a Power Rangers game you could be proud of having on your
I love that. It's like they're expecting the Ranger to fight fair, and then Goldar just comes from behind like, whack!
You know, that one power, I have to say,
Your last defeat at my hands was not enough, fool!
Did he just call us a fool?
You are the fool if you think I will stand idly by. Now fight me, Grar.
Remember that one Power Rangers game we played where that guy went back in time? And, like, he was...
Oh, the 15th anniversary game? Power Rangers, oh my gosh, what was the name of that one?
Power Rangers in Time?
No, but you're correct. It had this guy who was a protector of all Power Rangers history.
That was a cool Power Rangers game.
Yep.
I liked that game.
What's the name of that one?
So yeah, I mean, I liked that game. I liked this one.
You had fun with Power Ranger Samurai too.
There was yeah, I did. There was a cool indie Power Rangers game that had the Mighty Morphin people, and they could be demorphed and fight. I remember that.
Battle.
But that was very... I remember that was the exact game that I felt disappointed there was no Hip Hop Keto, and I was sad.
That game was called Power Rangers Mega Battle. It was the last Power Ranger game that Bandai did. Because Bandai made Power Ranger games since the 90s.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I remember working with them and even doing stuff on the 3DS.
We worked with Bandai.
Morphing keys.
We still work with Bandai off and on. I gave them a hard time with Power Rangers because it felt like they didn't really understand what they had with it.
Yeah, I mean...
And in the Disney era, they pumped out a ton of Power Ranger games. And they just all felt like every Game Boy and DS game that you were getting that was Power Rangers from Bandai, it just felt like a reskinned Power Ranger game. Like, they just did the same stuff.
Did Bandai make the game where that guy, the first one I mentioned, where that guy was protecting all Power Rangers through time and stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
Well, that's because it was they always go all out for, like, anniversary games.
That was fantastic. I would say this game and that one pretty much were really fun games to play. Yeah. A lot of them have been fun, but if I have to say, like, stand out, like, whoa, this is amazing, like, yeah, that one was awesome, and so I feel like this one is very good.
There's been only a couple times in my life where I've been really wowed by a Power Ranger video game, and that was the Super Nintendo first Power Ranger game. And I would say, like, probably the Power Rangers Anniversary game was really interesting. And the first time that I saw it, I mean, I was working as, like, in the industry when that game came out. And it was a big deal because it was like, you were going to get... Because at that point in time, nobody really acknowledged the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers anymore in the Disney era. So, I mean, the fact that they were going to be in a game was really interesting.
Yeah,
and it also wasn't the replacement Rangers either. It was the original Mighty Morphin cast.
Yeah.
So they got a Jason impersonator.
Why does that always make me, like, it gives me a little, like, warm fuzzy feeling when they acknowledge the original 5. It's like, oh, what the feels. Nostalgia.
Oh, we're in trouble.
It feels like all is as it should be in the world.
We're in big trouble. No, get away. Yes! I cheated. I don't care. Bye, boss. Woo!
Good job.
That was pretty exciting. Oh, yeah.
But yeah.
Oh. My might is superior. Ow, my throat.
Yeah, I think there have been a lot more Power Ranger games that I haven't even played, that you've played.
There is, for the Game Boy Advance, there was at least, like, 6.
Wow.
I have them. I haven't, like, Time Force and Lightspeed Rescue and Dino Thunder. I mean, they're all pretty much the same game. It's just they re-release it, they change the levels a little bit, and then they would reskin the Rangers. Whereas sometimes they would actually go and they would make a real cool Power Ranger game, like that 15th anniversary thing was really unique and fun and interesting, but other times it'd just be like, oh, new Power Ranger season, let's just, you know, try to print money. And sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, never know. But anyway, people, thank you so much for watching another one of our arcade episodes.
Yay!
That was the Goldar thing. So join us next time for our final arcade episode until the new Rangers release thanks to that update whenever. So, Ranger Sentry will be the last of our characters until the next update, which I don't even know if the characters are going to be, like, strewn across, like, which means that you would only probably be able to fit 20 in total, or if they're going to, like, somehow change, make the icons smaller and have them on top of each other. I don't know. But God bless and happy gaming. Thanks for watching, and we hope you guys enjoy some of the other content rolling out on K-Wings Let's Plays. See ya!